Hey guys, it's Kelsey, and today I have Mercy Tiara's 27-day challenge for December. So Helen set this challenge for us, which was a recipe challenge, and it was a good one. I'm really excited about this one. She wanted us to document either a Christmas, holiday, or family tradition, use a bold pattern, use brads or dots of any kind, stickers or chipboard, and then we could use tag, die cut, or punch, and then twine, ribbon, or thread. So we have a lot of things we can work with. There's also a lot of good versatility, so people aren't really restricted by their stash, so that's really nice too. I really wanted to use this Felicity Jane kit again. I'm loving working with it this month, so I really wanted to make sure I used it for this challenge as well. I went straight for this fruit pattern. This is the boldest pattern I feel like that's in this collection. It's one of the two multicolors, and I think the fruit is really bold and unexpected, so I wanted to use that as my background. So I'm really excited about that, but I do know it probably could get a little busy. As soon as I put that photo on the background, I knew I was going to need some sort of barrier between my main photo element and that busy bold background paper. So I have a huge chunk of this bluey green grid left over from another page, so I'm going to use a large chunk of that to be the base for my photos and embellishments. So I'm getting this paper gutted. I'm getting it gutted now so that I can save that piece for another layout. And then I'm going to get this grid piece to patch that hole up with, and then we will get going. I had a scrap of the bluey teal solid paper, so I did just mat my photo in that, and then I did a thin mat of white around that as well, just to make sure that my photo mat didn't bleed into the other layers since it is the same color. So I know that will be my photo mats, and I just want to build from there. I am thinking it will sit down there in the bottom right part of the page, and I'll just build off of that. I know I want to get a tag on here since that was one of the items, and then of course I threaded my tag with twine, so that got two elements right there. On top of it, I did use a polka dotted tag, so that I'm using that as my dotted element. I thought maybe by the end of the page I'd do Nuvo drops or something else that would be circular, but I ended up not going in that direction. So to me, the bold pattern is kind of representative of polka dot, but I wanted something that was actual true polka dot, so that I really got that part of the recipe. So I feel like that tag covers 3 of those things, which is really nice. And then Kelly sent me this notebook border punch, and I am so excited about it. Thank you so much, Kelly, for my Christmas present. She had heard in a previous video that I had been wanting one of these, and she sent it to me for Christmas. So thank you so much. I am really excited about it, and I decided to use it on a piece of scrap vellum. So I did what I always see people do with this punch. I punched it out, and then I roughed up the edges a little bit so it really looks like you tore this piece of paper out of a notebook, and I tucked it along the edge of this blue piece that's the main focal point of the page, and I think it is such a cool detail, especially with the vellum. It just adds so much texture and softness, but it's such a little detail that you have to kind of look to see it. But I just think it looks so nice, and I am so excited to have that punch. You'll probably start seeing that a lot. So I really wanted to make sure to get it on this page. This is the first layout I made after I got it, so I was like, we are getting to use the notebook punch. So I have that going on the side. And then I do have this maroon striped branding strip from another page, so I thought it would be really nice, since I have these blue colors that are in the background, to pull in a little bit more of the maroon. So I really like that bold stripe. So that's going to be a horizontal shelf underneath my photo to start building up from there. And then since I put maroon down there, I wanted a maroon element on top of the photo as well, so I pulled in that together word from the ephemera piece. So I really like that. This photo is documenting probably one of my family's biggest traditions, which is our family reunion. So the second weekend of July, my mom's side of the family all get together in Minnesota, and there are over 100 of us. My mom is one of 13 kids, so between them and their families and then their families, it got very big very, very fast. So it's always a really big ordeal when we all get together. We're spread all over the United States now, so my brother's in Hawaii, we have family in Portland, Texas, oh my gosh, like all over. Like I literally could not even name all the places. New Mexico, Colorado, lots of Minnesota. I mean, Yeah, they're stretched all out. So when we have our family reunion and everyone comes back to Minnesota, which is where my mom's family all grew up, and we just kind of branched out of there. I was born in Georgia after my mom moved, but it's really nice to get up there and see everybody. So I knew when that was part of the challenge, was to document some sort of tradition. I don't have any holiday or Christmas traditions right now that I could scrap, since I scrapbooked chronologically. But as far as family traditions, that is definitely a big one. And I had this photo. This is a barn it's kind of like a community center that was built at my grandma's church. And that's where my grandpa is buried too. So it's a really good place for all of us to come and meet together. So I definitely want to document that. This is basically the intro page to my family reunion. So there are photos coming up of the actual family reunion. So this is basically the starter page, and then you'll see where we start. And then when you turn the page, you'll start to see everybody. And I'm not sure yet if I will post those layouts or not, or if I can find a way to blur faces, just because there's a lot of people, a lot of kids, and I know not everyone's going to want to be on YouTube. So unless I can figure out how to blur faces, I might not show those pages, or maybe I'll scrapbook them without the photo and then I'll put the photo on after. I'm not quite sure how I'll do that, but I definitely want to be respectful to all my family members who don't want to be on YouTube. So yeah, I did just title this family reunion with those gold puffy stickers that come in this collection. I needed to use chipboard as one of the elements, so I did pull in one of those chipboard tags that says blessed, and then I did put in a little epoxy sticker on there too. Stickers were on the sheet as well. We only had to use stickers or chipboard, but I decided to use both since I only used one chipboard element. I thought I could get a sticker on there too. So at this point, you see magical cross stitching appear on the bottom of the page. I really wanted to do some stitching, but I was losing memory space on my camera, so I just decided to cut it so that I wouldn't waste the memory. So you see all that cross stitching magically appear, and then I thought I was done at that point. I looked at it and I really liked how it looked, but I decided I wanted to add a little something in the upper left-hand corner as well. So I went back. I'm using the rest of that branding strip, another piece of that solid blue, and I did tuck some of those vellum heat embossed leaves that I had made on a previous page up there too. So that's been a really nice detail to be tucking into clusters while I've been working with this collection. I've really been enjoying that. But I did put one of those maroon florals up there in a teal little tag. And then I decided to do a little bit of stitching up there as well. I didn't cut this one out just because I'm doing a really short row of back stitching, so it's really quick. So I decided I would just leave that part in there since I robbed you guys of my cross stitching, as fun as it is to just sit there and watch that. So yeah, I'm going to get that stitching down, and then you did see me put those little gold puffy hearts in a few areas as well, just so the gold of the title was balanced around the page. And other than that, I think I'm done. I love how this turns out. I love the notebook border punch, the stitching, the colors, and the story. So thank you so much, Helen, for this recipe. I really, really love how this one turned out. And I say this every time I do a recipe, it just, even though all these products go together, I wouldn't have created this page like this without that recipe and making me pull in certain things together that I probably wouldn't have otherwise. So really quick, that little die cut piece was sent to me by Jennifer. I forgot to mention that when I plonked it on the page. But I think that's a really sweet detail too, that little white border strip next to the photo. But other than that, I think we're done. Here are the close-ups. And I will see you guys soon. So this is open, I think it's extended, but it's open for the whole month. So if you want to play along, hop over to Mercy Tiara's Facebook page. I'll link it in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.